Right, here I am. Yeah, I know. Suffolk Triumph once again. Yeah, well, I'll tell you why when I get going. And you'll also see that here I am on the Trident. Yeah, marvellous. Let's have a go. Oh, listen to that engine, that triple engine. Oh, it's special, isn't it? Yeah. Round the clock. Anyway, I'll get going. Mickey Mouse mirrors that have been hit by an anvil. But I'll get going and we'll have a mutter. Yeah. Oh, look at that. It's a bit sharp, isn't it? Year of the naughty boy bike. And whilst this is only a baby naughty boy bike, it is nonetheless a naughty boy bike. Oh, yeah. Look at that. We're already cruising. And the sound from this is marvellous because of that triple. Yeah, excellent. Mirrors set up, all okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go down to the river. Yeah, keep it nice and short. It's a grey old day today. Roads are a bit skatey. But yeah, so what have we got? The anvil mirrors I've told you about. One round clock, yeah, but it is round, but it's digital. It revs round the outside, and this was, it's been out a couple of years now, hasn't it? Yeah, came out in COVID. Yeah, I remember it well. But the reason I wanted to come and ride this was we've got the Hornet coming, haven't we? And lots of people are already comparing this to the Hornet. Yeah, at this stage I haven't had a chance to get on the Hornet. Oh, it just sounds marvellous. But yeah, this isn't a competitor for the Hornet. It's not. The new Triumph, that's the competitor for the Hornet. I know. I think people have lumped it in together because of the price. This is a bit more than the Hornet. The Hornet is exceptional value for money, and I have never ridden it, so I can't do a comparison. I can only surmise what people have said. But this is about £7,800, something like that, a bit more. The Hornet's £7,000. This is still, I don't know, 60, 70 brake horsepower, something like that. And I can tell you, because I have ridden it twice before, it goes like Billio. It does, yeah, and handles really well. But that's my memory. What we'll do is find out if I still think that now. So yeah, so the Hornet, I've not even watched any reviews on it, because what I find is watching a review pollutes my mind. What I do know is the Hornet sounds marvellous out the exhaust. This sounds marvellous all round. Yeah, it does. And I can say that because I have heard it live, I've heard it on videos. I think this is a half decent looking motorbike as well, and I remember thinking that when I went to see it. The extra speed and stuff that people talk about with the Hornet over this as well is, as you can see, pointless. Speed limits, traffic, rain, greasy roads. That's what holds you back, doesn't it? But anyway, let's get back to just talking about this Trident. Slightly naughty boy position, not extreme, comfortable enough, of 6'2", as you know, 34-inch inside leg, foot pegs slightly behind you, that's what it feels like, slightly frog-legged, only slightly, bars flattish, bit of weight on the wrist. Go on, listen to that triple engine. Oh, that's to 30 miles an hour. That's pretty quick. That's blink of an eye. Yeah, so you would have to watch your license in town. Handling, oh, excellent. And this is on standard tyres as well. In the wet. Yeah. But this is just splendid. Are we in a? Yeah, we're in a 40. Go best take it steady a bit. What's it got? Everything that you'd expect on a basic bike, because it is basic. It's the intro to the Triumph range, and it's got that crossover between retro and modern. Yeah, it does handle well. Clutch is light as a feather. Brakes are pretty good. Yeah, it goes well enough, doesn't it? Handles well enough, and everything's just where it should be. The suspension, the front suspension feels really good, particularly when you go on those brakes. And as you know, with braking on the front, particularly on corners, what you want is a nice gentle squish down to squash that tyre just a little bit more and give yourself a bit more surface area. I don't know if you know that, but you do now, you've been told. And so yeah, you can get a bit more extra grip, providing you've got good enough front suspension. Yeah. Well, we've got loads of traffic about, and this road is really narrow, and cars tend to come around the corners in the middle of the road. But this is quite a hoot for these sort of roads. Yeah. You know, the RR, the 1200 RR, is a bit risky because a twitch of the throttle and you're doing excessive speeds. But this feels well balanced. We'll give the suspension a really good test down here with the speed bumps. Gearbox, very easy, very unlike the retro Triumphs. Yeah, it's pretty smooth is the gearbox, no clunky. And this road is quite a, you know, typical suburban road really, even though it's a village. Quite bumpy, but the suspension's riding it well. Even the back suspension, back brake is keen as mustard, so I'm sorry if you're getting thrown about a bit. But yeah, straight over that, look at that. And there's there's so many speed bumps down here, and if you were on some other bikes with perhaps lesser suspension, it wouldn't be that much fun, would it? But this rides them, you could go a lot quicker than you're allowed to. It's alright, you keep coming. And down here it's going to be a bit busy, so what I might do is not hang about down by the river. We'll have a look, do a walk round and do the senses, yeah, on the way back. Oh, marvellous sound. Now, so this is, if you went for the Legacy BSA, this bike is just, what, I don't know, 400 quid more. Yeah, completely different style of course, but it has got style. So we'll have a look down here and see if I can do a quick walk round without getting into trouble. Let's have a look. Oh, there's a dog there, look at that, and a dog there. That's marvellous, isn't it? Yeah. Ah, he wanted to come and have a go. He wants to come back and have a go. What can I say? Right, here we are, yeah. Triumph Trident 660, look at that. It's marvellous, isn't it? Twin discs on the front. Nissan, they're ample, I can tell you that, yeah. Upside down showy forks. You know, for 7.8, you get quite a lot, don't you? Yeah, it's got a radiator, liquid cooled. That tiny little exhaust hidden away under there keeps the back end nice and tidy. Yeah, little seat for Mrs. Tame. The wheels are really nice in that gloss black. Yeah, and the tank, I like the white. Yeah, Jake said to me, what colour do you want? I said, I want to take the white one, please. Yeah, tail tidy there, keeps that within the law. Yeah, that's what we've got to do, isn't it? Chain driven, of course. You wouldn't expect anything else. Yeah, and there's the, you can see the angle of that your foot has to go. It keeps it nice and comfy and in that naughty boy mode. Yeah, and obviously the other disc round this side. Marvellous light on it. And all the controls dead easy. Yeah, nice roundy clock, perfect, and dead smooth. Suspension, you can adjust on the back. Can't adjust the front, but the front forks are really good. Yeah, it surprises me really for what is in theory Triumph's budget bike, and it's just quality. But we'll get onto that with the senses. So there you go. Yeah. Right, here we are back on board. Again, the May Bush. Yeah, marvellous meals, lovely little pub if you fancy a day down at the river. But we're back on board. Yeah. Ignition on. Brrr, ding. Off we go. Yeah. Oh, look at that. It's marvellous, isn't it? So, we'll hit the road and do the senses test. Oh, listen to it. It's proper naughty boy noise, isn't it? Yeah. And so let's get on to taste. Now, what would this taste like? Oh, well, I reckon this would be like those drumstick lollies. Do you know the drumsticks? And you can get foam drumsticks now. You probably, if you're not from the UK, you'll have no idea what I'm on about. But there you go. Yeah, I'm not going to taste it, no. If it were a dog, it'd be some form of terrier, I reckon. Yeah, that's what I reckon. But anyway, that's a side note. That's people, that's blame Dung Shredder for that. Yeah, he always asks me, what dog would it be? Well, this would be some sort of terrier, and I'm not sticking my neck out to say which terrier. I'd let you think of that. Yeah, so smell. It's a brand new bike. It smells marvellous. Of course it does. They all do. They wouldn't let me out on them if they smelt terrible, would they? Because they know that it's one of the tests I do. Yeah. So then, to look at, well, it depends on entirely your own views, isn't it? It's very, very subjective. I think it's a tidy looking bike. Yeah, I do. it's a good crossover between retro and modern, I think. But again, it's just subjective, isn't it? I like the look of it. I liked it when they made it. It's small, is what I would say. It's not small to ride, but it is a small bike. Dead easy to handle, move about and stuff. I'll just close my visor. And it goes like Bilio if you want it to. Yeah, of course. We've got the age-old problem, haven't we? Cars, yeah, speed limits. But you're not wasting anything, are you? No, you're not. 7,800 quid. Your ears are filled with music, because I'm going to do sound right now. Yeah, I am. And it does sound marvellous. When you hear them screaming, and I have, they almost sound like a two-stroke. I know, crazy, but just my opinion. Crikey, it's windy today. Look at those mittles going around. You can see how windy it is, but the bike doesn't budge. No. So that's sound. To touch and feel, it's marvellous. This car's really irritating me because I do want to go on a bit, even though we're in a speed limit. 6-speed box. It's got gear indicator, got the time, even got the date. You know, what more do you want? Yeah, tells you how much fuel you've got. It's excellent. Yeah, and it all feels dead solid and up there with Triumph quality. Now, we do know there's a thing about functional quality and aesthetic quality, and this has both. It is a very functional bike. It handles superbly, it really does, beyond its price point, I would say. Yeah, the brakes, oh look at that, it just tips in and goes round like it's on rails, and then the engine pulls from that low speed. I was in 5th down at 20 miles an hour and it just pulled out without me changing anything. And I know that's not half the point. We like to go up and down the gears, don't we? But if you want a smooth ride round the corner, there you go, you can power on out of it. So then I guess we're on to the sixth sense. How does it make me feel? Yes, it's a naughty boy bike. It is. It's got the sound, it's got the feel, it's got the handling, and it's got the brakes that mean you could be exceptionally naughty on this. I don't know what the top speed is, because the top speed is 70 miles an hour, isn't it? Oh, look at him coming around that corner in a Land Rover. He's brave. Yeah. So yeah, so it feels pretty damn good. I don't know where, he hasn't got an indicator on, so I assume he's going straight on. No, he's not, he's going down there, look here. So this road, greasy as hell. Go a bit steady. And this corner is just terrible, but not on this bike. Positioning from comfort point of view, yeah, you could ride all day on this, I reckon, and in traffic. But as usual, I'm just glad to be out on a bike riding. And if you want that crossover from retro to modern, and you want a sporty bike or a naughty bike, this could be it. 7,800. I can't compare it, so I'm not going to compare it to the Hornet, because this isn't, I don't think, the competitor. No, I'm waiting for the new 765 Triumph, because that is it. This gives too much away. It gives 100cc away to the Hornet. You know, that's like comparing your Interceptor to Bertie. Yeah, it's not fair. You wouldn't do it. Yeah, look at that tower over there. It's marvellous. The power really seems to come in at about 6,000 revs. Yeah, it does. I'm impressed. Yeah, I've ridden it twice before, and this is the third time. And this is why they say when you're learning something, or you're getting someone to learn something, repeat it. Or you want someone to hear, repeat it 3 times. This is the third time I've ridden this bike, yeah, I'm very impressed with it. I wasn't so impressed first time I rode it. I wasn't impressed with it. I thought it was a good bike, but I don't know, I just didn't gel with it. Maybe now I've got more experience of riding lots of other bikes. I don't know, but this one definitely feels nice. Yeah. So there you go. What can I say? I've got to take it back now. This is a real fun-packed bike. It's a bundle of fun. This is your party bag. Yeah. I know. A party bag of a bike. So there you go. I need to slow down a little bit. But I've got to take it back. The party is over for the Triumph Trident. Yeah. But there is something I'm going to have to tell you. Yeah, there is. There is something I've got to tell you. Here we are, back Suffolk Triumph. Oh, look, there it is in black. It looks evil in black. You know what it is I'm going to tell you, don't you? Everything intuitive, you notice. Side stand down. There we go, off we go. Turn it off. Suffolk Triumph. I like it in white, but no centre stand. I know, crazy. Ta-ta.